Good evening, everyone. Good morning over here. Good evening at the West Coast. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everyone. I want to do something real quick. I want to show you guys this right here. I don't do this very often, but I would like to show it to you. This banner right here, it was put on one of the big poles right here. That is right here in the Chaparral border. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. We're live. We're live at the asylum seeker line, where it has watered down a lot because the number's already been given. So the majority of the people are going to get their number till December. But I seen this post right here, and I want to address it to everybody. This is Rachel Geiger. Her height is 5'11", 180, age 42, eyes green, blonde, unique sign, very tall and slim. Last seen Tuesday, June 11. If you have information, please contact the phone 911 or 089 or 078 in Tijuana. Help us, please. Very tall. She's very tall. She's missing. She's American. Whoever wants to know, that is Rachel Geiger. So we are right here walking around the asylum seeker line, as we are seeing family. We have guys from Africa over here to my left, over here, as you can see. Let me see if I can approach them and talk to him for a little bit. But let us see if we can talk to this guy that is right here, this African guy. And let us, ask him if there's any, problems with getting the asylum seeker line. We see the National Guard right here. As we're seeing the National Guard protecting. This is the entrance for the asylum seeker line. And everybody knows that this is the asylum seeker line. So, get the National Guard right here. And there's too much, like, they're protecting this part. This is the entrance for everybody. Buenos días. This is the entrance for everybody right here. This is the National Guard that they're protecting the entrance where the asylum seeker line takes place. We have 3 units of the National Guard. And there's people from Africa right here. Let me see if I can approach one. Poquito. ¿Y tu amigo? Amigo. All right. They don't want to talk to us. How you doing, guy? How you doing? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien.
Una entrevista poquita. De aquí para abajo. De aquí para abajo. English, yeah, English. All right.
No.
No, right here. If you don't want to land, I want to ask you a few things.
Yeah, yes.
Just for you. Just let me show you from here to here. Okay,
Huh?
I'll promise you. Not your face.
No,
from here to
no,
here.
no.
Okay, let me.
I can talk like that, but no camera.
No camera. Okay,
Yes.
right here.
I
Look.
don't want to. I know.
You're not in the camera. You're not in the camera.
No.
So where you from?
Cameroon.
Cameroon. How many days you been here? Look, come over here so you can see that you're not in the camera. Look. You see?
Yes.
You're not in the camera. So how many days you been here?
I've been here for 2 months.
2 months.
Yes.
2 months, man. How do you got here from Cameroon, man?
I had to pass through the jungle. So it was a horrible. It's something very horrible. I don't want to think about it because in English you shed tears. So I don't know, like passing through the forest, the sea, air, all the means of transport. I've used it.
So you guys went through the jungle, all types of things.
Yeah.
On your own resources, you came over here on your own money.
Yeah, the family also helped. You have to even sell the house. Now they don't have any house. You have to sell the house. We have war in our country. So I have to like run, escape from it.
So you're escaping right now from Cameroon.
Yeah, from this hard war.
Why? There's a lot of violence over there.
No, there's a violence, yeah, war.
There's a war.
Civil war.
Between who?
Between the government and the separatists.
Government and the separatists.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something? And you be honest with me. You know, because this is a thing that I'm a Tijuana citizen, so I am asking. Is there's an Ebola breakout over there, man, in Cameroon?
No.
Because they told me there was.
No, there's no Ebola.
No? Okay. Another question. Like, do you guys know that there's a really slim possibility of getting the asylum in the United States? You guys know that you can get asylum in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah? But you want to go to the States?
Yeah.
How much time is it going to take you for your number?
It's uncertain. Maybe I can still be here maybe 5-6 months. Because a lot of population ahead of me.
5 or 6 months to get the number.
Yeah,
So
it's ready to reach my number.
Where are you living right now?
Right now I'm living at the
Shelter, or you
Shelter.
renting an apartment?
I'm living in a shelter.
You're living in a shelter?
Yes. Though the shelter have to expire because the shelter, I was first in the hotel, I left and went to the shelter. The shelter is 45 days, so I have to leave. After 45 days, so I have to change. I have to look for another place.
What do you do for a living?
Nothing.
Nothing? You're not a plumber, electrician? What were you used to do in Cameroon? I'm just asking. Like, what do you used to do?
I'm a businessman.
You're a businessman?
I have a business degree in business administration.
Business administration. Ese no es mi carro. Business administration.
A degree.
You got a degree on business administration?
Yes.
You're smart, man.
I've been a banker. I've done many things in my country before I'm running the world. So I've done a lot of things. I have a lot of experience, a lot of skills in my mind. But with the unfortunate situation, you cannot. The man you have to like.
Did you cross?
You don't live.
And do you know Chiapas, right? Chiapas.
Yes.
You went through there, right?
Yeah. I left Chiapas to Tapachula.
Okay. Did you cross from Guatemala to Tapachula on the water raft?
On the raft? So
Yeah, on the little boat. Did you cross on that?
Little boat.
Yeah, from Guatemala to Tapachula, on the river.
Guatemala to Tapachula.
Yeah. You got to Guatemala, right?
Yes.
Okay. From Guatemala to Tapachula to Chiapas, you crossed on the boat on the river.
No.
How do you cross?
No, we cross. We use we cross the two land.
To land and the bridge.
There's no bridge.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. You hope that your process goes real quick. What is the thing that you guys are suffering over here the most?
There's also insecurity.
Insecurity.
There's still now no food.
No food.
Uncertainty. Because now you are stressed up. You don't know when you're gonna enter. So all those stuff like that. You cannot sleep. But every day you are thinking. But now the family back home, maybe they will thinking that they're not feeling fine because here is not my final destination.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking I can already have that freedom and that peace as I think I may have. I don't have any family yet. But there I have maybe one family that I can stay there.
And the States you have one family?
Yes.
Where at? What state?
Texas.
Texas. All right. You know, the better possibility for you guys to migrate, because it's gonna take a long time over here, is Canada. I'm telling you, because I've been here and I've seen how long it takes. So, you know, you guys think about it, because the United States is not in a United Nations pact, and Cameroon is. And that pact is for you guys to migrate. Mexico's in that pact, but the United States isn't. So that's why it's real difficult to get the asylum. All right? Just read about that. United Nations pact, if you got time. All right? Okay? All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, people. There you have it. Basically, this guy, he is from Cameroon, and he is He's running away from violence because there's a war between the government and the separatists. That's what I understand or understood. And he right now, you know, he doesn't want to show their face. A lot of them, they don't want to show their face. Like there are two of them over there, as you can see. The other one is hiding over here, the one that I just gave me an interview, you know, and there's a family over there also. They're just waiting for asylum. And we have a guy that is he has a bachelor's degree on business administration. And he's telling us basically that it was really hard for him. That it's really hard for him to explain what happened and his journey to over here, to the north. He's telling us that it was really hard to talk about the jungle and talk about all the places that he went through. And now that he got here, he has 5 months to wait for him to go to court and try to get the political asylum. It's contradicting because the other day I asked a guy from Cameroon if they had an Ebola breakout over there, and he said yes. And now I'm asking him, and he's saying no. So it's contradicting. Yes, a lot of them are saying yes, and a lot of them are saying no. So this is right here. We are basically, you know, with this, a lot of family members right here. A lot of them are from Mexico, and a lot of them are from all types of parts of the world. For everybody to know. This is right now the asylum seeker line. And there's the tent that I was giving you guys the other day, that I was telling you guys the other day. The tents are for the attention for the immigrants that they're coming deported from the United States. So let us stand right there for a minute, as we are going to be giving you guys full coverage of you know, situations of migrants that they're getting deported, as recently deported. Buenos días. And as we are watching right here, there's a lot of people with backpacks, you know, waiting. But there's, again, you know, this is the tent that is awaiting immigrants from the United States, that they're coming right now deported from the United States. And it is constant. It is a constant deportation. You know, all these people that I'm going to show you in a few minutes over here on my back, they are the ones that they are, you know, that they've been recently deported. So apparently the number that they are, you know, deporting right now is between 30 and 100. So yes, we're going to see some action right now. We wait right here for a second. Eventually we're going to see some action. And we got people that are waiting right here with backpacks and luggage over here on my back. That, you know, basically that basically are waiting for the asylum seeker number. So for everybody to know, I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. We're doing a recap right now on the asylum seeker line. We're right here at the border of Chaparral, where we just talked to an immigrant from El Cameroon. He did not want to show his face. You know, a lot of them, they don't want to do that because they're political refugees, or they're running away from a political, you know, subject over there. They're really specific about what is going on in Cameroon. They're saying that they're having a war right there between the separatists and the government. That is, you know, the problem over there. And that is the reason why they are basically migrating to this part of the city. This migrant told me that they had a really hard time migrating over here. He went through the jungle, and it was really sad for him because he was going to cry if we explained to every single one of us how was his journey, which it's debatable because a lot of them I already know how they come, and the majority of them are coming on plane to Panama, and from Panama they walk a little bit and they take buses. So it's debatable. What he's telling us is debatable. So this is basically what you guys see right here. And we have a lot of people over here waiting with backpacks. As you guys can see, a lot of them, they don't want to talk. As I'm approaching, for everybody to know, as I'm walking, every time that I'm approaching people, you guys don't see it, but I'm always asking with my hands if I can get a minute, and they nod or they say, they turn around, they don't want to talk. So that is basically, giving me the signal that they don't want to have an interview. They don't want to explain. They don't want, for a lot of them, the experience of migrating has been. It's been for a lot of them, as you see the guy from Cameroon saying that it was a horrible experience. So so this is the situation right now. Let's wait a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit right here to see what is happening, for everybody to know. A new caravan is about to arrive. It's going to break between the 1st and the 20th of August. Why do I say the 1st and the 20th of August? This is the reason why. The new caravan that is coming between the 1st and the 20th of August is because it is not just one full caravan. It's just not one stack of people. It's different people in different locations organizing to come to Mexico. That is a thing. That is a lot of people and different groups. There's groups of 500, there's groups of 300, there's groups of 1,000, and there's different quantities of groups. So this caravan that is coming is going to break supposedly between the 1st of August and the 20th of August. We are trying to go to Tapachula again on that specific time, depending on the security issues with our contact over there, and to bring you guys coverage of what is really going on over there with the National Guard. And the National Guard needs to contain all these caravans that they're coming. Eventually, they're caravans that they're really well organized, and that was the whole purpose last time, to put the National Guard to water down the caravans, and to a point that when they're crossing the river, they will be easily intercepted by the National Guard, but they are not. So it's a continuous fluency of migrants. So we want to know how they are protecting over there the river Suchiate, and if it is a reality of them stopping the caravans from the 1st of August to the break point that is going to be the 20th, apparently. Let me drink some water. It's a really hot day over here. Really hot day. And just for everybody to know, I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. It's a recap over here. We're just walking around right here in the asylum seeker line, as we are broadcasting for every single one of you guys what is going on and what is happening over here in the asylum seeker line. If we see a family of 3 over there, let me see if I can go talk to them for a little minute. And this is the problem, The problem is that You know, a lot of people are saying that there's no organization, that there's no security issues, that nobody's taking control. And with this 5,000 capacity shelter they are about to make and build, it's going to change it up. It's going to change a lot. The reason why it's going to change a lot is because this 5,000 shelter is going to be the one that is going to be taking charge of every shelter. It is going to be the one, and it's going to regulate all the other shelters. So it's going to water down all the trafficking. Supposedly, that is the idea of this 5,000 people shelter. Water down all the trafficking and take control of who is legally doing the work for the legal process to seek the asylum, emphasizing on lawyers. So they are the ones that they are going to be emphasizing, in regulating all this. So we're right here in the asylum seeker line, waiting to see if there's, as you can see, there's. I talked to an immigrant from Africa, and I'm gonna walk through you guys to this place right here. We see a lot of people sitting down waiting with backpacks, with luggage. And I will tell you something, a lot of them go to this plaza right here that I'm gonna walk right now. Let us walk for a little bit so I can show you where they go. Buenas. A lot of them go to this plaza right here. That it's right here on my right. And I will show you a little bit of how this plaza is this big. How big is this plaza that is over here? But it's a really transitated area right here. Really transitated area. This is, we have, as you can see all the way to the back, there's the National Guard right there. And they're walking around. You see a lot of this National Guard, soldiers right here. Basically, surrounding the area. And it's a really secure area right now. It's a really secure area right here. And you got, police officers over here on my right. And there's a lot of questions of new viewers. Why is Mexico not stopping them from coming? Mexico is on an agreement that is called the United Nations Pact. You guys need to read about that. And when you read about that, you guys will understand why Mexico doesn't want to stop the caravan, or what is their whole purpose. You guys need to read a lot about, the United Nations Pact and understand, how many countries and how many continents they are in the United Nations Pact. Hello. That way you guys will know. You can read about that, and then later on you can understand why. But basically I'm just showing you guys right now how it is this area as we are right now broadcasting from the Asylum Seeker 9. Hi, I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everyone. We are live right here at the border of El Chaparral. It is the entrance, the pedestrian entrance to the United States. As we are showing you guys over there, all the way to the far end, there's a tent. That tent is the one that is basically helping immigrants that they're coming deported from the United States, so they can have, they can be canalized to a shelter of their status. Not only that, we talked to an immigrant from Cameroon that he was explaining to us how he came over here on his own resources, and he came through the jungle suffering. And also, we show you right now that there's still, immigrants from Cameroon over here waiting. That they don't want to talk to nobody. The problem is that they don't want to talk to nobody because they have, they have political refugee issues. That is the main problem. That they have political refugee issues, and like that, those ones over there, all the way to the back, right there, all the way to the back. Those ones are the ones that they don't want to talk to nobody. And it's it's I understand, you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to give an interview, but it is a fact that you eventually you're gonna need to talk to somebody. Because you need to tell everybody over here in our city, what are you doing over here? Like, you're coming all the way from Cameroon. It is a reality, people. So let me just give you guys a little trip of where this big plaza, where the National Guard is right here. There's another unit from the National Guard coming. Right there. So it's a really secure. It has changed a lot since the threat of tariff from Donald J. Trump. It has changed a lot. Why? Because they need to comply with the agreement of sending the hey, Tale, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? How you doing? You're good? Okay, ándale. Of sending the so this is the plaza right here to show you how big it is. Look, there's people from all over the place right here. And this is the thing, that all these plaza, it was packed, not that long ago. All the way to the top, you see a police station right there. And all these, it was a really transitated plaza back in the 90s. Now it's a lot of these locals are abandoned. But here is where they reunite a lot. Meanwhile, they're waiting for the asylum seeker number right here in this particular place. And you have really, local businesses right here around the place. And this is where, they rent a lot of warehouses. A lot of these organizations from the States, non-profit organizations, they come over here and they rent warehouses over here on this particular parts. Right here, they rent warehouses. This plaza, it resembles a lot to the one that they're about to rent for 5,000 people. It resembles a lot. I'm just giving you guys a little tour right here. And we're taking a little walk to this plaza. That it has a lot of local businesses. And speculation is that there's a lot of organizations that they're renting out warehouses over here to keep the resources for the migrants. Same right there for rent. It's a really big plaza. For everybody to know, it's a huge plaza. It's not your typical normal plaza. It's really huge. It's like the one that we went over there. And you have really like abandoned parts. Like that one on the top is abandoned. You got this place right here for food. It's Plaza La Línea, the line. So all these places are with these the caravan seekers. They intend to come over here and sit down and relax. And as you see, there's a lot of abandoned locals right here. The rent goes between $250 to $300 for each. It depends on the size of the place. depends. And they use it as a parking spot also. Let me go right there in the middle to show you guys how it's in the middle of the plaza. They used to do events right here. But this is where they usually hide these people. I don't know why they're hiding. But they come over here, they sit down, and they wait. See a lot of local businesses abandoned on the top. Right here is the center of the plaza. It's real nice. Real nice. They need to bring up this plaza again, man. And this is why, it's really important for our government to be having people that they secure this place, because we don't know what kind of activity and who's renting the warehouses. We don't know really, and we need to know who is renting the warehouses now, or the government needs to know who's renting the warehouses. The reason why is because it can be speculated that they're renting them for other purposes. And the other purposes is that they could be renting it for housing immigrants or for housing minors, like they've been doing in a lot of private hotels over here in the city. Or they've been renting a lot of, apartments or houses. So it can go both ways. And one of the warehouses that they were renting, that was their main office. I will show you where it was. They have a lot of things right here to sell. It's a little locals areas. Little local areas. So a lot of the places that there was one particular place, they have a lot of another station right here for deported veterans. Look, this is another one. I just found it. I didn't know that it was right here. It says Deported Veterans of America. This is another one. It's not exactly the other one that we visited. Remember the one that we visited like 2-3 weeks ago? This is Deported Veterans, www.deportedveteransofamerica.com. Coast Guard, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines. Mission: we are American veterans from around the world fighting for our right to United States citizenship and our benefits from the United States Department of Veteran Affairs. Sponsored and founded by Faith and Deported Veterans Captain Juan Carlos Mercado. Address: Vía de la Juventud Oriente, Oficina, Tijuana, Baja California. So you have an office like that, but the curious thing is you have an office for deported people on the left. So this office from deported people is El Amor No Conoce Fronteras, Love Doesn't Know Borders, and it's for mothers. It's for mothers that they've been deported. gmail@gmail.com. That is, we found this place right here. ¿Ande? No, no sabría decir. Ando grabando aquí nomás. So we are another office for deported veterans. They have a lot of them for deported veterans. Apparently there's a lot of deported veterans. So let's just go back and I will show you the office where they used to have a warehouse. You guys already know this, but for the new viewers that they're just watching, the majority of it is abandoned already. And let us just go to show you where was the office that they used to have. And this office was they were the people that were living in it were people from America. So let me show you right now where. This right here, it says right here on the top, Barcaguamas. When the first caravan came over here, and there was a lot of there was a hunger strike right here on the underneath the bridge, right here, particularly right here. There was a hunger strike right here, and you had a lot of activism from the states. All these activists and collided with and working also with people from organizations from Tijuana. They rented this little warehouse that is right here. That is Barcaguamas, right here. They rented this little warehouse. And in this warehouse, they had all types of things. They used to reunite right here, and this place right here. All of this was packed with activists and with immigrants. And there was a hunger strike right here where the police officer was. So this is why I'm telling you guys that these plaza that is right here needs to be regulated. They need to be checked who's renting and who's not, because right now is a really dangerous zone where you don't know who is doing what and what kind of activity. The activity that most worries me is the trafficking of children. There's a lot of that over here. And you don't know if these warehouses, they're hiding children, they're maintaining children, or what they're doing. So that is the reason why I think that it's really important for the Mexican authorities to be checking this plaza. Why? Because of what happened right here. This right here used to be a place that used to get water, food, clothing for immigrants, which, they can do whatever they want regarding that. But there was speculation of using of drugs, trafficking of children, sex offerings from both parties, from activists and also from immigrants. So, this is why there needs to be authority in this plaza. They need to regulate this plaza, and they need to put the National Guard inside the plaza. So that way they won't have, the liberty of doing whatever they want. If they want to rent a place, they need to check with the Mexican authorities to tell them, I want to rent a place to help immigrants. So you need to have the regulations and the permits to be having a business like that. Other than that, what are you doing? I don't know if I'm wrong or right, people, but I think that should be the way that we should basically work. And I want to go to again to show you the canal, how this poverty of our people is continuous. The poverty of our people is not stopping. In the week, I show you guys a place that we went, and the place that we went, it was a mountain. That this mountain was taken by Mexican citizens. It was taken by Mexican citizens because they don't have a place to live, and they're asking for a nice piece of land and the facility to buy it. And the government is not doing anything about it, but they're helping, immigrants to get a 5,000 people shelter. That's how injustice it is over here in our government, and that's how it is over here in our city, and it's really unfair. Now, this goes out to all the people that are saying there's more poverty in Guatemala, there's more poverty in Venezuela, there's more poverty in El Salvador and Honduras. But I cannot relate to Venezuela. The only thing that I can tell you guys is that basically It's not almost the same. This is the kind of unhygiene that I'm telling you guys. Look, there's diapers of kids right here. You know, so all these things, they need to clean it up. We got a guy right here that is Mexican, deported, and he cleans up this place. He's saying that they leave a mess all the time that they are over here. We're gonna cross to the other side of the canal so I can show you again how the canal gets every day worse, and how these people right here, you know, they have really nice clothes, they have a shelter to live, they have a place to live, they have hot water, they have food. And you got right here, look, there's a deported person right there. It's a poor homeless guy. And also you got right here another one. And this is all the sad things about, you know, our country. It's really sad. Let us go to that place over there. We are going to try to cross because it's really hard to cross right now. It's really hard to cross right now to that other side. Let us go right here. We're crossing to that other side. Let me take you right now. We're back right here. We're back. We're just right here walking. There's some guys right there, you know. These are Mexican people. This is the canal, people. Again, there's people living over there on that space. You know, and it's a police officer over there in the top for security issues. There's people over there also. You know, there's one guy living over there. Look, right there. See him right there. This is the sad thing about Tijuana. This is the sad thing. Sad thing about Tijuana that we're focusing on. Look at this. We're focusing on people that they are from another continent. We're spending millions and millions of pesos of people that they're from another continent on this line right here. I'm in the middle of two lines right here. This is the asylum seeker line right there on the bottom, and you got people dying of hunger right here, without clothes, without food, living on these conditions. But we're spending millions of pesos right here. You got a house right here on the bottom. Look how they live over there. Look, I'm gonna focus right here how they live all the way to the bottom right there. How they're living over there. This is in Tijuana, Mexico. These are homeless people from Mexico, from Tijuana. And this is how sad it is. And you're just walking out. These people expect a whole different offering from Mexico. They expect commodities that Mexico doesn't have, and we have this crossing. You know, just crossing the street. If you cross the street, this is what you get. This is what you get. This is a little San Francisco that is happening right here. This looks a lot like a little part of San Francisco. It's really sad, everything that happens here, right here. They need to to put more attention to this part instead of spending millions and millions. There goes the National Guard again, people. There's 3 units of the National Guard. I just waved at the guy. There's 3 units of the National Guard right here. They just left. And this is the area that it needs to be vigilated a lot. Why? Because this is where all the action happened. It was where the the little riot that the people from Cameroon wanted to do. This is the exit from the United States to Mexico. So let me just change the camera real quick for you guys. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. We're live right now, people, as I am at the asylum seeker line right here on my back, as you see. And I'm in the middle of 2 places that it is really important to analyze. It's really important, this word. In my vocabulary, this word is really important for me. Every country should have priorities. Every country should have the priority of becoming a better country every day, every minute, every second, every hour, every month, every year. And this right here, our priority is to help people from another continent, to help people from other cities, to help people from other countries, not to help our own people, to finish our own poverty, and to make this area a much cleaner area and recreational area for people to have addictions, for people to, they have never had a home. We are focusing on giving homes to people from another continent right here on my back. We are focusing on giving food to people from another countries. We are focusing on giving housing and school and benefits to people that they are not even from Mexico. But the people that they are from Mexico, right here in the middle of this point, we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on putting them in a canal. They're dying of hunger. We're not focusing on bringing them oatmeal. We're not focusing on bringing them sandwiches. We're not focusing on bringing them clothing, housing, a second opportunity in life. This is our priority. This is our money maker right now. This right here on my back. Why is a money maker? Because they're making a whole lot of money of immigrants. They're funding. But these immigrants or these homeless people right here, they're not worth funding. So that's why right here on this middle part, I'm right in, like I just said, I'm right in the middle to give you guys a glimpse of how important it is. Other people from other continents, and over here, there's not. Priorities. It is a word that we need to choose. And this goes not only for me, that I'm in the third world class country. It goes for the United States of America. It goes for Czechoslovakia. It goes for Russia. It goes for whatever. It goes for whatever country. But particularly for us, Mexico and the United States. It goes to the saying, always your country is first. Always your people is first. For that, if your people are good, and if your country is good, and you don't have this type of poverty, these people can help now these people. But how can you going to help these people when you have this crisis over here on your back? That is an illogical thing that in Mexico, the word priorities is not in our dictionary. The word your people first is not a sentence that is important. It is not. The word money, the word corruption, those are words that they're implemented now in our dictionary. That is the worst thing about it. So it was nice talking to you guys this morning as we are broadcasting right here from this particular place. We will be live and later on this afternoon from another place, or probably we will do super chat on YouTube. Oh, and I almost forgot. There's a lot of people that they're saying, I can't find you right now on your page. There's a lot of people that are saying that. I can't find your page. I can't find your page. I will be doing lives on Border Network News for everybody to know, because we're having problems. It is, I don't know what was the problem yesterday. Probably, it has to do with the Mueller report and all that kind of stuff. and you know, social media was cluttered with all this information. But if you cannot find me at Oscar Blue, and if there's no notifications, please come to Border Network News, and I will be posting at, you know, constantly in the page of Oscar Blue, so that way you will be advised with time where I'm going to be at, if I'm going to do a live video or not. For everybody that wants to contribute, thank you so much. There's my PayPal on the bottom. Thank you so much if you're going to want to contribute to my work. I appreciate it so much. And also, you know, if you want to follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress of District 16, and he is trying to fix this. This is our ideology. That's why we see eye to eye each other. That's why we see eye to eye, that this has to be fixed for order to help other people. Your country needs to be great. Your country needs to be first. And then you can get the funds, and then you can get, you know, more people involved in the movement that you want to help. But this has to be fixed first. This has to be fixed first. I live here all my life, and this has been a problem. And now that it's unjustified, it is injustice that these people are getting more benefits than our own people. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. It was nice talking to you guys. Stay safe, everyone. Priorities. Remember that. Priorities. Peace and love, everyone. And always, your country is first. Thank you.